lesson that we've learned is the importance of first loss capital in these structures. And inevitably, the nature of social investment is that you're dealing with entities that, because of their social mission or because of the markets in which they operate, do not necessarily afford the kind of 15–20% plus IRR returns that you would typically expect from a commercial enterprise. So you may have returns of, say, between 5 and 10%, you know, in excellent cases, frankly, doing very well. And the implication of that is twofold. One is that it means that in order to achieve returns that satisfy commercial investors, you have to do some form of gearing up. And the way the I fund achieves that, it has 10% first loss equity, if you like, essentially grants that are contributing to the vehicle. That requires 0% return. So effectively, you grant to grant investors instead. If you're prepared to provide a grant to enterprise, you're effectively saying that you're prepared to write off the entire capital and require 0 return for that. So if you're prepared to do that, would you not be able to come into a structure where essentially we're running into the equity of the piece and essentially absorb the losses, the initial losses in the portfolio? And that does two things for investors who rank senior in the portfolio. It firstly enables them to have a higher return, because if you have a portfolio of projects that generate, say, a 5% return, then anyone who, and all of that cash flow is being made available to an investor who's prepared to come in senior in the structure. That means that they can get a return which approaches more than kind of 8%, 9%, which might be attractive to a wider group of investors. And secondly, it makes it a safer proposition to invest, because you know that in a portfolio of, say, 15 projects, you can write off the first, say, 4 or 5, and you're still able to offer 100% capital back to the senior investor. And that's a very powerful thing to be able to say. So those kinds of structures where you bring a portfolio of projects together and you invite the grant providers to come in as first loss capital, that's a very powerful instrument for being able to lever in a much wider universe of investors who come in and take a senior position. So that's a principle that will be continuing with this solar fund.